I say the sport of college football is dead and is a total joke, this was my response to what Rico's about to tell you.
No. I'll let you. But it's funny because whenever I do a 5-star zone, the running joke is as soon as I finish,
breaking news
will happen. So on the 5-star zone, I actually joked about this and said, would this actually happen? No.
Cutscene.
It won't happen.
It did
It's
happen.
too silly to happen. Why would you take a step back? Here's your breaking news. Chip Kelly, the head coach of UCLA, the Bruins, out in LA, is stepping down to become the offensive coordinator of The Ohio State University because Bill O'Brien is taking the job at Boston College.
Okay? So
he took a demotion.
No, hold on. Now work with me on this. I comp this to Wink Martindale at Michigan because here's how this is going to roll. Chip Kelly ain't going to recruit for you. Neither's Wink. Chip Kelly ain't going to babysit you. Neither's Wink. Chip Kelly ain't doing NIL. That'll be delegated to somebody else. Same as Wink. You know what you get with Wink Martindale? I'll call your plays. You know what you get with Chip Kelly? I'll call your offense. These coaches don't want anything to do with the sport of college football. Chip Kelly would have taken an egregious pay cut to get back into the NFL and call plays. Anyone covering football knows that to be true. He couldn't get the job. So you know what Chip Kelly said? I hate being a head coach so much right now because it is such a joke of a sport. F it. I'll call plays. I'll be brilliant at OSU, and then the NFL will take me. For Martindale, it's simple. He hadn't coached in college in over 20 years. If you told Wink you need to hit the road recruiting over the age of 60, he hadn't been in college since at Western Kentucky in like 03, right. Martindale would put his shades on, fart in your face, and walk out of the room. So all this is, you are seeing how awful it is to be a head coach in college. But I would comp Chip going to OSU as Wink coming to you. You're getting play callers. You ain't getting any of the other stuff. And Rico nailed it. Man, this ain't Boston College. And Boston College is not Texas El Paso.
Right.
You are the head coach of UCLA. Nah, F it. I don't want to deal with this crap. I'll be a subordinate.
You just moved into the Big Ten. You're the head man. He wanted out. Now, hopefully UCLA's AD was ready and had a succession plan because he's leaving them high and dry. You thought when D'Antonio left, it was bad.
Yeah.
He's walking away. You got your spring practices coming up. You just locked in your class.
Which was terrible, by the way.
Right. And I think they knew that because they were like at the bottom of the Big Ten. Like UCLA, yeah. So
now we've seen 2 Power 5 coaches at 2 schools you may or may not respect, but they are Power 5 guys. 2 Power 5 coaches walked away from gigs to become coordinators elsewhere. Jeff Hafley at Boston College left to be the Packers DC. Chip Kelly left a college post to be an OC in college. But Jim Costa will tell you the health of the sport's never been better. All right, there's your breaking news.
No, it was just funny because the whole time I'm
got to recut your pod.
No, you know what? We're going to have some fun with it because I was joking around. So I'm just going to have Evan drop in with the soap opera announcer voice.
Okay.
That actually did just happen.
And by the way, look, we talked about Wink Martindale yesterday. I have a lot of experience with Wink Martindale. It's just his last 3 years in the NFL have been bad. And he's going to blitz 50% of the time. He runs a very confusing scheme that grown-ass adults can't figure out. I assume he's got to dull it down, dumb it down, vanilla it up, but it'll be Ravens tree. He is the Yoda for guys like Minter and McDonald. It's that Ravens aggression 3-4. Okay. But I just openly question hiring a man who hasn't been in the sport for over 20 years and who couldn't get a gig in the pros, so here he is.
Yeah, because at least the other 2 guys were younger and could relate more to the players.
I also don't love hiring a D coordinator who, I'm sorry, I will be in stunned disbelief if he is train spotting, going 17 different places recruiting people. That just flies in the face of who Wink Martindale is. But hey, go for it. So, David, what do you got on the ticket text?
Someone says, we got our natty at the right time. Now it's over for Michigan. Oh, wow. They think it's over. Okay.
I'm not going there.
Another one says Scott and McComb says OSU loses Bill O'Brien and Michigan picks up Wink Martindale. I love both moves.
Huh?
Because Ohio State lost their OC and Michigan gained an NFL talent.
Did they miss the? No, they.
No.
They got a guy who can't get employed in the NFL.
No. Hit the button. No.
Oh,
no.
okay. All right.
No. They got a guy who is the stump of the tree. That's
who's no better than their fifth choice. Nobody else wanted the job.
Who do you think taught the last two DCs? It was him.
Well, then why wasn't he the first phone call?
So you went to the source.
Then why wasn't he the first call, or the second, or the third,
That's
or the
what that
fourth?
person is thinking.
Okay, and second of all, you don't get to helicopter yourself around. They just got Chip Kelly to call their plays. I don't want to break up the dream sequence here, but like, what?
Yeah. With the talent that they have, yeah. And a guy who just can now focus on only offense. I don't have to do recruiting. I don't care if my quarterback is unhappy.
That's it.
Did he throw picks? No. He's thinking about leaving. Okay, you know what? That's a you.
Yeah, that's what this next text is basically saying. Chip Kelly wanted out because he was going to get fired last season. Plus, he gets to focus on just football rather than being the head coach of a college.
Yeah, and I view it like Nick Saban's, what do you call it? Rehab for coaches. He'll go to OSU, they'll score 50 points a game, and Chip Kelly will call plays in the NFL next year. Yeah. That's how that's going to work.
Yeah, because he's not taking another college job.
No.
Chip Kelly doesn't need to recruit. Ryan Day can do that. He already shows he can get the talent. Just let Chip Kelly use the elite weapons.
Yeah, that's
Hey, Chip, give me a list. Who do you want me to go get? I'll go get them.
Someone's wondering, though, what happens to Brian Hartline?
What about it?
I think they're thinking he will be upset about that.
Well, too bad. Then go find something else to do.
Yeah.
I mean, you're still a 37-year-old Ohio State alum coaching at Ohio State, and someday might be the coach in waiting.
I think it may have ran his course where he was that guy that everybody thought was going to be the next, and he didn't. So, yeah, he may have to go someplace else and run another offense, but you're right. He'll be like the Luke Fickell where he's that coach in waiting.
And another one, A2 and Tecumseh. Everything you said is true, but Wink is a good defensive coach. I'm happy with it.
I don't care about your happiness. I just give you the reality. I hope you enjoy it.
Okay, so just for giggles, what if people say, well, Mike, you're just angry because he left your Giants?
I'm not. He was terrible. He had to go. It was absurd how bad the defense was. Players could not understand the scheme, and he wouldn't change it. Coverage busts, our best pass rushers dropping back in coverage instead of rushing the passer, an obscene 48.6% blitz rate. Yeah, you know what? You're right. You got Wink Martindale, the guy who gave up 89 points to the Dallas Cowboys. Like, no.
Well, no, and I guess maybe this is...
If he's so sweet, why'd Baltimore get rid of him?
Maybe Wink Martindale last year, with the schedule you had last year, this schedule's a little bit different.
Defense wasn't any good last year either.
No, I'm saying, but you play bad teams.
The whole point I'm making is people were ripping this guy's ass earlier in the week when it was mentioned Michigan might hire him. David putting pictures of the Titanic out there. Now you hire him, and you act like you just got Henry Ford to head up your R&D department. Don't do that. Don't do that with me. That's ridiculous. We don't need to make stuff up. You were wetting your pants the other day at the thought of Wink Martindale being here. Like, oh my God, we've hired an over-the-hill, unemployable jerk because that's the only person we can hire. Now you hire him today and you want to bronze his penis. No, we're not doing that here.
I am so excited about this hire, guys. I'm pumped. Can't wait to see the defense.
David, you know what I'm saying. I'm not the one who's bombing it. I'm telling you, very odd hire for a first-time head coach. It's a guy the minute the NFL ever calls is leaving you and hasn't been in college in 20 years. Don't think you're getting what you really should get as a defending national title, a champion at the defensive coordinator spot, which would be one of the best recruiters in the country, which would be a superstar head coach who's done it in college because you're Michigan and you can spend. All right, we don't need to make stuff up. We get to call it right down the middle. Just like the other day, I'm sure you chuckleberries were hard as a rock when I was ripping Izzo. We call it like we see it. I am not going to say you just got Buddy Ryan in his prime, 85 Bears, okay? If Wink were so sweet.
Defense.
Yeah, if he were so sweet, he'd still be working on Sundays. So just please take that to a different show. 248-539-9797.